So many parents ask me, Julie, you've done this 5-day life challenge where you shared so much with us, provided resources and links and tips and strategies on how to really prepare for the college admissions journey. And so they'll ask questions like, well, like, didn't you share everything? You just shared so much with us. And the answer is no. What I shared over the past 5 days during the live challenge, and in addition to all the emails and live sessions that I've been doing, is that's really just 1% of what's really inside our program. And so I wanted to take this time to go through what we will be covering during the 8-week college consulting program. So during Dream College Master Plan 2018, this program is broken down into 8 modules. And so each week we will be going through one module at a time. And this program will be recorded so that if you're traveling or you can't make it for some reason that week, then no worries, because all the live trainings will be sent to you. The recordings will be in your inbox that evening. So let's get started on looking at each module so that you have a better idea as to what's going to take place each week. So in module 1, we're going to talk all about classes and AP classes and GPA and anything that is related to school. And during this time, I know I could easily give general advices like, all right, take a lot of AP classes and take a lot of IB classes if your child is in that program. But honestly, that's like a duh kind of a general advice. What we're going to do is we're going to identify what schedule is going to really fit your child's learning style and major interests and even college goals, right? So you're not just taking a lot of AP classes for the sake of taking a lot, but you're really understanding, all right, why am I taking this class? How is this going to help me? And can I handle it, right? So many students fall into the trap of, well, I need to take a lot of AP classes, and they go all in for it and then end up with B's and C's, right? And another thing that we're going to work on is also mindset work. So if your child is getting, B pluses or even C sometimes, we're going to really tap into your child's mindset and understand why is it that you aren't able to understand the class materials or get, A's and B's on your exam. So we're also going to look into that as well. So that's what you will see right here. And couple of other things is the most important part of this module is finishing this module off with a clear idea as to, all right, 9th grade, this is what we're going to do, 10th grade, this is what we're going to do, 11th grade and 12th grade, etc. Obviously, these schedules that we set will be tentative and they could be moved around, but having this big picture based on your child's academic interests and learning style just gives everyone so much reassurance, right? And so you are going to walk away with, all right, this is what's going to happen, and this is our plan, and this is our strategy, and that's different for everyone. So after every module, you will be given assignments to work on based on where your child is at, right? So it's not just like learning and learning and learning, but you're actually implementing what you're learning, right? So in module number 2, we're going to talk all about test prep. So SAT, ACT, AP, SAT 2s, right? So I see so many students taking both ACT and SAT, like the real exams, and seeing which one's better. But instead of doing that, there are so many different ways to identify, all right, which exam is going to be best for you, which one is going to give you the best scores in the shortest amount of time, right? I'm also going to teach you how you can prepare for SAT and ACTs at home and how to analyze which area your child needs to work on so that you're not just taking general SAT or ACT classes, but you're really studying each and every concept because you know that that's a core area you need to work on. And that usually ends up with much higher scores in the shortest amount of time because you're not just always learning everything, but really doing targeted approach. I'm also going to give suggestions on, when is it okay to take the AP test and SAT 2s together based on your academic interests and your major interests, which one should we maximize and which one should we put in there. So it really comes down to strategies, right? Um, and I will have a couple of guest speakers who are both SAT and ACT professionals, and so that they could also give you some insight as well. So at the end of this module, you know exactly what test to take, when, how we're going to maximize it. Because the thing is, we don't want to, again, follow general guidelines because your child has different goals and different learning styles, right? So we really want to get clear on that. And with SAT and ACT and APs and all these standardized testing, mindset is really important. So again, we're going to work on that, because if you send your kids to expensive SAT and ACT prep, but they're not ready, or they don't have the work ethic, or they give up easily, what's the point of it all, right? So we're also going to work on that as well. So that's module 2. And then for module 3, we're going to talk all about volunteering. So I really hear a lot of parents and students saying, well, I have 300 hours of volunteering, so that should be good enough. And so if I ask them, all right, why was it that this was so important to you? How did this influence your life, or how did it impact others? The answers are always a little bit blurry and fuzzy, right? So I'm going to teach you all about what kinds of elements and activities and essay content colleges are looking for in regards to volunteering. And there are a lot of myths out there, and I'm going to debunk all of them for you. And we're also going to, so let's say, for instance, like your child is really busy and can't do volunteering and doesn't want to do volunteering, then we look into how we can connect your volunteering and your existing activity together. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. And again, that really depends on your child's case. And so you'll learn all about it. I'm going to give you all the case studies. I'm going to share all the case studies of my past students who got accepted into their dream colleges. And using that, you're going to create something for your child, or no, you're not going to create it for your child, but you're going to work on it together so that your child ends up with an exact plan as to, all right, this is what I'm going to do in terms of volunteering, and this is how I'm going to connect it to my major, right? Whatever the case is. So that's what's going to happen in module 3. In module 4, we're going to talk all about summer break. So summer break is, we often say, okay, summer is about going to summer programs or doing SAT and ACT prep. And it's honestly so boring, right? It's like, they feel like after the academic year is over, students are just rushing to these places to attend these programs so that they could put in something in their resume, right? Obviously, yeah, that is going to be a great experience for you, but we're going to talk about what we want to do during summer break so that your child has more opportunities and exposure to an aha moment, right? So they're like, wow, like taking this class was just amazing. Speaking with this data analyst in ESPN was just fascinating, right? So we're going to create those moments and opportunities for your child so that summer break is not just where you complete a bunch of exams and tests and programs, but it gives your child that spirit of motivation and the drive to wanting more and experiencing more, right? And so we're going to talk all about planning your summer. And this is perfect because when module 4 is happening, it's going to be around July. So then August, we can plan everything for what's going to come in August. And it doesn't have to be where you book a trip or anything like that. We just give your child some more exposure and opportunity. And that could be easily like talking to a mentor or reaching out to professors or going to events and conferences. It could be whatever it is, but it has to align with what your child wants to learn more about, right? So we're going to get that aha moment during the summertime. And then the next one is how to level up your summer break. So besides SAT and ACT and summer programs, like what else can we do? The number one question I get is, my child is already so smart, but what else can we do? Right? So you don't want to just get into any programs because it sounds prestigious or be involved in volunteering because you think it's going to give you more hours, right? And so the number one mistake that students are making is they think that doing more is better. And so in this module, we're going to talk all about how can we make sure that your child is doing something meaningful because he wants to, doing something impactful because she wants to, right? So that's how we level up our summer break, and that could turn into any passion projects out there, right? So this module 5 is going to be the unique factor for your child, and we're really going to bring in a lot of mindset work to this as well, because so many students resist doing something new, trying something new because they're fearless. But we want our children to, stand tall and face it. And obviously, when parents tell kids to what to do and say you need to do all this stuff, they're sort of like, no, mom, I don't want to do it. Like, just leave me alone or whatever, right? But this accountability system is going to give your child the factor like, oh my gosh, like I see so many other students doing all this. I need to do something about it, right? Or through the mindset work that we'll be doing for the 8 weeks, your child will realize, wow, I was really fearful of doing something new. I was really scared, right? So we're going to make this module 5 something that's going to be different from anything that you've done so far. And then in module 6, we're going to talk all about passion projects. You guys know that I am, I just love talking about passion projects, and so many calls that I get, they're like, okay, Julie, like, I heard about your passion project. How can we make one? And to be honest with you, it's something that it's not supposed to be forced. It's not supposed to be like, we need to create a passion project no matter what so that we can stand out, because that's what Julie said. Every student that, starts this program, they're going to do something very different. And one of the best parts about being in a group college consulting program is that we can share ideas. Some of my students actually, so I have 2 students in, 2 10th grade students in LA. So for those girls, I matched them up together so that they work on their passion project together. So there's just so many ways that this community could come alive. And during this time, we're going to work on how to create one, give feedback to each other, support each other's passion project, and just getting the passion project out there no matter how small or big, right? So that's what's going to happen in Module 7. And then in Module 7, we're going to talk about, all right, so I've done all this, but I'm pretty sure colleges still are looking for something in particular. So I'm going to teach you how to identify what each colleges are looking for and how to show that your child is ready for that college and that major, right? So this is going to be a lot of searching on using, data sets. We're going to look into quantitative factors. We're also going to look into qualitative factors such as, what professors are working on in terms of research, how we can do outreach emails. There's just so many ways to let the colleges know that your child is ready, and it doesn't always have to be about SAT and ACT, right? And I mean, if it was really about SAT and ACT and GPA, then everyone would get in with good scores, right? And we all know that that's far from the truth. And then the last module that we'll be working on is we're going to talk all about college research. I'm going to show you all the resources that you can utilize with your child, even for your younger child if you have one, as to, okay, how do we do the research? How do we maximize our college visits? I'm going to also show you a couple of case studies that my past students did before visiting colleges and how they were able to network with professors and gain contact with them and work on a research project together. So those are just examples, right? So I'm going to teach you how to really maximize your contact with the colleges. And I know there's also a controversy about demonstrated interest. This is not really a demonstrated interest factor. This is really enabling students to know like what colleges are all about. Because when I ask students, okay, what do you think about, let's say, for instance, like Rice or let's think, Yale or whatever. Like so many students think, oh, it's a good school, but they don't know much, right? So we're going to really get our students involved in this process so that you're not just telling your kids like, do this and do that, and you should be interested in college, but they're really digging deep. And we're going to enable our students to do that because each module, after each module, you're always going to take away something. There's always going to be that end result, right? And so, like I said, again, it's not just learning and learning and learning. All right, so I know that this is really not everything that will be, this is just like, I would say like 5% about what we're going to cover in each module. But I wanted to share this with you so that you have a better idea as to what we will be covering each session. And, after each session, we will have Q&A sessions. The best thing about this program, I believe, is that it's not general. It's not about, all right, it's college consulting 101, right? It's not just like a basic college consulting program. Because honestly, I could just pick up a book and that's actually going to serve me better. This is about getting work done because here's the thing. If you read a book about it, you implement it right away, right? If you read a blog post, you implement it right away. This is a program where we implement and get results along the way. Right? And so that's the most powerful part. And another part is that there's going to be so much accountability. There are going to be so many high school moms and dads just like you supporting you. The program is not going to be really big, but it is going to be at a point where we can really support each other and be a community and family together, right? And so, because sometimes just doing this alone is just hard. And I've been there and, of course, with students coming in, I know that this process is stressful. So this is all about getting work done, getting tangible results, and at the same time supporting each other. So I hope to see you inside a Dream College Master Plan 2018. The program will close on this Sunday. And once it's closed, then, enrollment will not be possible. And I would love to have all of you guys inside this group because I feel like So many times college consulting seems dry and quantitative, and I want to let you know that it doesn't have to be that way, because all of my students that I work with, they get accepted into their colleges not because of their best SAT and GPA. They get in because they really share their values and character, right? They really let the colleges know that they're a promising candidate. All right, so it was awesome to share all of this information with you about Dream College Master Plan 2008. If you want to find out more information and want to see, why I created this course and actually go through this module on the page, you could go ahead and click on the link below, juliekimconsulting.com/now. So you can go ahead and do that and check it out. Remember again that the program will close on Sunday. So before then, I really hope to see you guys in there, and I'm going to sign off now. All right. Bye, everyone.